Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. This would be my review of the highly requested alpha arbutin 2% and hyaluronic acid 1% from Minimalist. Now Minimalist previously came up with the kojic acid 2% and they replaced it with the alpha arbutin 2%. And in this video, I am not only going to review this particular product, but I'm also going to compare it with the kojic acid 2%. You guys had a lot of queries regarding what is kojic acid, what is alpha arbutin, and are these two products same or better? In this video, I am going to delve upon all of the topics, so watch till the end to not miss out all the amazing information that I am going to share in this video. So hey guys, if you are seeing this face for the very first time, hi, I'm Moitri Haldar. I do make a lot of videos regarding skincare and including a couple of topics that I really like. So if you are into that genre, then do consider subscribing and hitting on that bell notification to get notified every time I upload. And do not forget to follow me in my social media accounts where I'm the most active and you get to be a part of what goes into my videos, especially my Instagram where I do a couple of live sessions to answer back to all of your skincare concerns. So without any further ado, let us get ahead with today's review, that is the Minimalist 2% alpha arbutin and 1% hyaluronic acid. Now quickly briefing up the claims of this particular product. It claims to be an anti-pigmentation daily serum that drastically reduces dark spots and blemishes for a brighter and even looking skin. It states its pH to be around 4.7 to 5.2, and if you are new to this brand, then Minimalist is free from fragrance, essential oils, colorants, silicones, parabens, and I am mentioning this because most of you guys comments are like, is it fragrance free or not? I do not mention it in the current Minimalist videos because I guess that many of you guys know about this brand because it's quite a controversial and yet a popular brand. Now going into the main juice of any of my reviews, which is the ingredient list, and as always I'll mention the goods and the bads. So starting off with the goods, as most of Minimalist product, this particular product is no different. It is made from aloe vera juice instead of water. Aloe vera is not only a natural humectant but also has antibacterial and antimicrobial properties, and I'm really glad that they choose to include aloe vera gel instead of water. Now it is alpha arbutin serum and it contains 2% of it, and the alpha arbutin is the third ingredient in the list. Arbutin or beta arbutin can be naturally found in a lot of different plants such as mulberry, blueberry, pomegranate, and alpha arbutin is an isomer of beta arbutin or arbutin. So basically it's identical to arbutin and it has a lot of similar properties to arbutin, mainly the brightening of dark spot and pigmentation regarding solutions. Now it is a derivative of hydroquinone, and hydroquinone, if you guys know, is a gold standard for any of your skin lightening or pigmentation problems, but hydroquinone has a lot of problems regarding safety and it being related to skin cancer, and hydroquinone is banned in Japan as well as EU. Alpha arbutin comes as a really good derivative and also an alternative to hydroquinone because it not only has some of the similar properties but being safe and gentle for your skin. It slowly releases hydroquinone into your bodies, and by doing that it is really safe and gentle for your skin to not develop all the bad properties that hydroquinone has. It's a tyrosinase inhibitor, and tyrosine is the main component which is responsible for your melanin production. So inhibiting tyrosine is the main job of this particular ingredient, and that is how it takes care of all the brightening and all the pigmentation related solutions. Coming on to the next ingredient, it is sodium hyaluronate or hyaluronic acid. This particular product contains 1% of it. Hyaluronic acid is a humectant. If you want to know more about hyaluronic acid and how it works and all the multi-molecular hyaluronic acid, which is a really trendy term, then you can check my hyaluronic acid video in my actives in skincare playlist. I will link it in the bottom box below. Now many of you guys have concern that it contains lactic acid, or many of the products in Minimalist range does contains lactic acid in the last part of their ingredient list. Now the lactic acid is only there because it is a buffering agent. It won't give you any exfoliation. It also contains propanediol. Now propanediol is an amazing skin soother as well as a humectant. Propanediol would not only increase the humectant power but also soothe your skin. Coming on to the bad part of the ingredients, there is no such thing in this particular product. Now the comparison part is in the later part of the video, but for now, coming on to a couple of product specifications, starting with the texture. Is slightly thicker than your normal serums, but it is really smooth and it applies nicely. It doesn't leave any sticky kind of a feeling and it absorbs pretty quickly. If you compare to the kojic acid, it is a little bit thicker than the kojic acid, but it won't give you any kind of oily or sticky feeling after you apply it. Coming on to the packaging, it comes in a transparent glass dropper bottle. Coming on on to the price range, it comes in the price range of about 549 for 30 ml, which is really affordable. Coming on to the potency, alpha-arbutin 2% is something that can be used by both beginners and intermediates. So both beginners and intermediates can be really benefiting from this serum in terms of their pigmentation and hyperpigmentation problems. Coming on to the application part, now this particular product is a serum, so apply it before your moisturizer and after your cleansing on toning. Now many of you guys ask that, can I apply alpha-arbutin in the morning? Can I layer my alpha-arbutin in the morning? Now for those of you guys, I do not apply alpha-arbutin on morning because I apply my vitamin C religiously every single morning, and I do not like to swap it with any other tyrosine inhibitors because this particular product controls your melanin production, and that is something that you should leave it on the night time. Now you can pretty much apply it on the daytime. There is nothing such as no in skincare, but you should apply your sunscreen religiously if you are applying a serum such as this one. Now coming on to the comparison that you guys are really requesting, that what is the similarity or what is the difference of these two serums. Now coming on to any difference or similarity, I will first suggest you that you watch my kojic acid 2% review, which will be linked in the bottom box below. Now this particular ingredient is a little bit tricky and I will let you know why. Now kojic acid can be found in a lot of different fungus and can be found in a lot of different fermented foods such as Japanese sake, soy sauce, rice wine. The kojic acid blocks the tyrosine from forming, and tyrosine is the main culprit responsible for the melanin production, and it kind of does a similar job as the alpha-arbutin, which inhibits the tyrosinase. But kojic acid is something that many of the doctors suggest that you should not use it for the long term because of its potential side effects that has been seen in a lot of different studies. For example, a study that was done on a mice that on a higher percentage of kojic acid led to tumor production, and because in some studies that kojic acid has been shown to be penetrating into your bloodstream can potentially cause skin cancer. This is one of the reasons why that kojic acid is something that you should not use on a long-term basis, and also the percentage really matters. Now for a safer percentage, it is always advisable that you use 1% or less than 1% pure kojic acid as a serum form, or 1% to 4% kojic acid in a wash-off product. Now this one uses an ester of kojic acid, so it should not be your concern, but something like kojic acid should be used in a time frame of about 4 to 6 months, and then you should stop it. And then if you feel necessary to bring back kojic acid again in your routine, I will suggest keeping a gap of about 6 months to 1 year before starting your kojic acid again. And because it blocks the tyrosine, it prevents the melanin production, and melanin has been shown to protect your skin from UV rays and even block the process that contribute to skin cancer. So lowering the production of melanin can lead your skin to be much more susceptible to sun damage. So if you are using kojic acid, use it always at the night time, never at the daytime, and always layer your sunscreen on the morning. Now this is where alpha-arbutin comes, because this particular ingredient does a lot of same stuff as your hydroquinone and as well as your kojic acid, but doesn't has any potential side effects. Now basically the difference is this is much more safer for your skin and it is really beginner friendly, while a product such as this one, it is also beginner friendly, but it is something that an intermediate who knows a little bit about skincare should use, because kojic acid is a little bit tricky and sometimes can lead to more disadvantages than advantages. Coming on to my thoughts. Now I have been using this serum for about like 2 to 3 weeks. Now this is not a particular product that will give you a fast result or something that a kojic acid will do, but this is something which will overall brighten your skin and will take care of the minor scars or scarring that you have regarding acne or a breakout. Now I do get a lot of hyperpigmentation here and there whenever my hormones are all over the place, whenever I am having periods, or whenever I ate a little bit of ice cream that I shouldn't have. This product really deals great with that, and I really like to add alpha-arbutin in my nighttime. I don't necessarily put alpha-arbutin on the morning because I really like my vitamin C. Now alpha-arbutin technically is an antioxidant, so you can apply it on the day, but it is something that I always apply at the night. So for nighttime, it has shown a little bit of result, and I really like this as an overall maintenance kind of a serum. I really like the texture, and I really appreciate Minimalist for using aloe vera juice, because aloe vera, my skin loves it. I really like the formulation. Overall, it is not really sticky. It is a really nice consistency. You can layer it pretty much with any kind of actives out there, and it is one of the safest kind of skin brightening or something that will take care of your tan really well. Following it up with my pros and cons. So the pros being, now this particular product will take care of your brightening and pigmentation pigmentation problem. It will also take care of your tan problems. If you have a lot of sun tanning and you want to get rid of it, alpha arbutin will really take care of that. It also contains a lot of humectants, so it will give you the hydration that you need. It is also pretty affordable, comes under the price range of about 500 to 600 rupees, so it's something that you can easily invest on. And ingredient list wise, it is pretty much all skin types, so even if you have fungal acne, any other kind of skin problems, it will suit you perfectly. But for people who have rosacea or eczema, you do need to consult a doctor, because alpha arbutin is pretty safe, but you should need to be aware of what you put on your skin. Lastly, it is a really great alternative for the previously kojic acid 2%, because many of the people do not understand kojic acid, and that thing can really potentially harm your skin if you do not know a lot about skincare. So something like this, it's really beginner friendly and really safe enough to use. Coming to the cons, however, I do not have any. Lastly, coming on to my verdict, I really like this serum as a daily maintenance. It is a really great alternative to the kojic acid serum. So when I finish my kojic acid serum, I'm not going to use it for a year or two, and alpha arbutin really helps me in taking care of all the pigmentation problem that I have, including acne scars, hyperpigmentation. So it's a really great serum for you to invest, and it is a really great solution because most of you guys are really curious about how can we take care of brightening your skin or lightening your skin, which I don't really support, but you really need a product for overall even toned skin. This will be a perfect add-on to your skincare routine, and this is also really affordable. I try to come up with a lot of different affordable options because most of you people who are watching me are teenagers and want to look for affordable skincare, because when we are teenagers, we do not have a lot of money to spend on skincare. So this particular product checks in all of the lists of being effective and affordable. So let me know how you think about this review. Leave a comment if you have any kind of questions regarding this serum. Like this video if you like my content. Share this video to any of your friends who are curious about this serum. And lastly, subscribe to my channel. Hit on the bell notification, and I will see you tomorrow with my back acne video or back knee video. So bye bye and take care.